and radio. You are listening to Liberty TV Radio.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elevated TV Radio. It's a Tuesday edition. Normally, we don't stream on Tuesday, but our producer is out on the road doing the Lord's work for the next 10 or 15 days. So we got ourselves in the building. Emmanuel Sebastian decided to show up and play a tricks on us. I decided to go in solidarity with Liverpool and wear red just to give them, support. But the man who's a Liverpoolian here have decided to betray them. He's frustrated. I don't know. He's lost faith in them. He's wearing a Napoli jersey. What does that tell you? In bed with the enemy. How can Emmanuel be a saboteur? He's an obote man. Well, Benedict, what do you have to say?
In the Pied Piper story, he said he was bringing rats, not mouse. That's what this guy is the mouse among the rats right now.
Right.
Pied Piper brought only rats. Mouse was not in the team. Rat and mouse look alike, but they're not the same.
Manu Sebastian, can you explain, please, to our audience, the people that are watching you, where this? You're in Liverpoolian, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
You've left them or you're still with them?
Why are you guys forgetting that we have a Nigerian in Napoli? Come on.
Does that change the fact that you are a Liverpool fan? Look at the escape route too.
I'm trying to show my support for this man.
So if
Tottenham
Spurs signed in Nigeria now, I will now start supporting Spurs.
It's just for today. I just decided to honor them for today. Come on.
I
just have to support.
Patrick will not be here now when you need him. Late comer, he will not be here. But it's okay. That's what Osimhen can do. But what do we say to people like this who betray their club? Nothing more parable.
Leeds United gave them. They led them throughout. One word was like, okay, maybe Leeds are here to help them get out of the forest. But right now, you are meeting in the forest and nobody's leading you out. You're just literally walking. You're walking alone right now.
That's the way I say it too. I agree with you on this one. Emmanuel Sebastian.
They carry us where we don't know.
You're trying to find your way out, and you need Napoli to help you come out.
As in, it's just getting tougher.
But what's wrong with Liverpool? The other time your excuse was that some players are injured. Most of the injured players are back.
Yeah, but I don't want to keep on using injury as an excuse, but you can't take away the fact that injured players getting back and others are getting injured again, and the squad is really, really thin. I think the club is realizing the mistake now of not investing adequately in the squad. These players have shown that they are not reliable again to stay fit for a particular period of time, and it's coming back to.
Could it be as a result of the team being overworked over the years? Because even those ones that are not getting injured, like Mo Salah and the rest, are not really playing at their best.
Yeah, you could also say that as well. These players have. Leeds. I saw a stat that Leeds ran 11 kilometers more than. That's what Leeds they've done that this season. Against Chelsea, I watched that game where they pressed like hell. Against
I ran 13 kilometers more.
Against Arsenal too, they did same, but they didn't get the result. And
thank God though.
Against Liverpool as well. And I feel they didn't show that fear factor. They went with Liverpool. They know this team is not in at the moment, so they went toe to toe with Liverpool. Going after every ball, ran so many kilometers.
I just wish Arsenal can come to Anfield and beat them like 4-0.
Don't buy player. The only midfielder that Liverpool have signed since Navigator is Alcantara. I don't understand.
They also signed Atomelo, but he's a doctor.
And reports came out that the team haven't got a team doctor for a while. They took the doctors from the academy to work with the first team.
Yeah. That's some MPFA behavior.
Things are just pointing out right now, and you have to club has to take the blame as well, because Yes, in as much as the owners are not that kind of heavy spending
Of
owners,
course.
but you tend to be complacent with the squad you've got because they've done it for you before. You know this loyalty to players that you felt they've done it for you before. You want to keep on sticking with them and stuff like that. And I think it's getting to him now. The decisions he makes, in-game decisions at times, just doesn't work out. You're chasing a game, you take off a particular player to bring on a particular. It's just not working for that man at the moment. And at the presser yesterday, you could tell that it was really getting to him.
Yeah, it was.
The pre-match presser against Napoli today, you could tell that the pressure is really telling. For a team like Liverpool, the worst ever start. I mean, this is a team who won the league. I mean, a few seasons ago, and after winning the league, you are supposed to strengthen to some extent. You don't win the league and you don't strengthen the way you're supposed to strengthen. I mean, it's
investors were making money anyway.
Yeah, they were making money, but on the pitch, the results, the team is not reciprocating, and it's just sad. Looking at the midfield.
But you people are fond of saying that, especially your coach, are fond of saying that Man City is buying success, they're buying players. You guys have a model of, you brought the whole talk of net and gross, into football conversation. And I remember saying that this conversation is suicidal because eventually this is exactly what will kill you people. And people said, no, I don't know what I'm saying. If you have to advise, should club continue or should go?
I think it should continue if the owners are willing to change, because
no, it's not the owner, it's club that will make a demand.
No, I don't think it's going to resign, and
no, definitely coach is not resigning.
Yeah, to make a demand, like he just pause on. I want him to continue. Actually, I want him to continue because even if he goes now and a new manager comes,
but again, can you say that the owners have not spent money? You signed Diego Jota, you signed Nunez, it is 85 million, sanctioned by Jurgen Klopp. You signed there's this other player you signed, Diaz. I don't really think I would agree if you say they've not signed players. They've signed players that have just not been able to live up to it. Now, is it the time to agree that you are missing what's it called? You're missing
Sadio Mane?
Sadio Mane.
No, I mean, first of all, every club will miss a player like Sadio Mane. So I'm not going to sit here and say we don't miss his qualities. But I think the problems are bigger than Sadio Mane. It's not just Sadio Mane. Even when Sadio was there.
But Sadio Mane would have helped you to grind results in some of these matches.
Yeah, he's done that.
And we would have forgotten whether there is this cracks on the wall.
But I mean, you just don't have to say Sadio Mane is the whole problem of Liverpool at the moment. Like I said, don't get me wrong, any team would miss such quality in your squad if you lose such kind of player. But
True.
I mean, looking at that midfield, it's just getting overrun. The defenders are not clicking. Gomez, this was against Man City. I was watching this team. Like, how could you play so good against a City side and you lose to Nottingham Forest and you lose to Leeds? That's been the story of Liverpool this season. No consistency from these so-called players. They're not, playing together as a team. From the midfield, I don't have much problem with the attack, actually. It's just that midfield. Nunez, yes, he's getting his chances, but, you need to get Haaland's numbers for us to excuse you if you miss such opportunities, clear-cut opportunities gained after game after game, and it comes out.
Nunez is not Haaland.
I mean, I know. I'm just saying.
He can't. So
if you have that numbers and you miss good chance, okay, yes, he scores. We can forgive you. But you're a striker looking for confidence, looking for goals, and you get so. I mean, since the Man City game, he's been getting such chances, and you keep on missing them at the detriment of your team. So it's a team thing. The whole team.
Is it Lukaku in these guys?
No, I think it will come good. I just think it will come good. The whole team. I'm just waiting for the whole team to blend. Then if you still continue to give, to flop, then I'll say. But at the moment, the whole team.
Should we start preparing for next season?
I mean, January has to come first.
You're 5 points above relegation.
Closer to relegation than they are to the top.
Yeah, so should they start preparing for next season to survive relegation, and then Liverpool start preparing for next season?
I think top 4 should still stay.
Shut up!
Well,
no, the top 4
since Liverpool won the Champions League,
what's wrong with you? Top 4 where?
Should
which
still be the target.
Which target? Who they should be arrow?
So you think they're not going to make the top?
Which top 4? This team will lose another 5 games this season. Why where? Why who?
But
the time come over here. Don't get me angry now. Top 4 for this Liverpool that Nottingham Forest beat, Leeds United beat. They can't even bounce back because they play one good game.
But other teams are not showing that consistent to say.
Man United is showing. Man United is showing.
Spurs are not. Spurs, Chelsea,
your Spurs that you elected at the beginning of the season.
But
Oh God! Oh Lord, have mercy.
Only like 2 of their integral players have left, Sadio Mane and Antony Wijnaldum.
So the rest are not cutting it. And they are getting injured game after game. No consistency.
They are not cutting it. Try sharpen the knife.
That's you look at Elliot. Elliot have overplayed this season, which is not supposed to.
How many games he don't play with over?
No, he's played most of the games.
Yeah,
if players are available, he wouldn't have. So it's looking like you're putting the weight on the young man. Thiago, who's been the linchpin of that midfield, can't even stay fit
to save his life.
And it's just not working out, for the whole team as well. So it's not about.
But when I saw club start Curtis Jones, I knew that he don't cast. I knew that because Curtis Jones was a star point at some point. All of a sudden he went out. Then I saw him play all of a sudden trying to impress the man.
You are just evil.
Because this Liverpool side, they need help. Spiritual help.
And he could have prevented this. Now it's looking like an overhaul.
So if you now, Emmanuel, let me come to you. If you have to suggest 5 players that Liverpool needs to get to bring this team to life, who are they? Please don't call Osimhen.
Do you want me to? No, we can't get Osimhen.
Because I don't get that money.
He's beginning to look like I'm regretting now. We should have gone for him instead of Darwin, but I mean, let's give Darwin some time.
And I'm not going to sign up.
Let's give Darwin some time.
He will kill Una today. Tonight.
He's not going to play.
Is he
suspended?
No, he's going to start from the bench. I just feel he's start from the bench.
Wait. This is your hunch. It's a feeling thing.
He's going to start. I don't want him to play, and he's not.
And you are wearing jersey to support him. Jinsa. Now I know.
But I mean, if you ask me to suggest, do you want
yes,
me to
name
check players that they could go for?
Yeah, there's nobody who knows players more than you in this company. Name players. I usually only Nigerian players you're checking. As you're checking Nigerian players, you're checking.
I think they need
Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire. Maguire helped Man United to win this weekend.
Yeah, he did.
He helped them to win.
But I prefer Ekong than Maguire.
Ekong? You not going to go relegation. Ekong.
I don't know.
Watford went on relegation. Nigeria didn't qualify for World Cup. It was Ekong. Okay now.
But talking about Liverpool, there's this talk that they've been chasing Jude Bellingham for a while now, and I think they need credible players that are durable, not injury-prone players. And
do you think Jude Bellingham is a player that you guys need?
He's young. I think he's going to fit in.
Does it have, because Jude Bellingham perform well when you have the right support cast around him?
Yeah.
Does Liverpool have the right support cast around him to bring in the stability for him to play? Because Jude Bellingham is another Thiago Alcantara, right? Thiago Alcantara plays well when you have the right cast around him, but when you need him to deliver on his own, it becomes a problem. You think Jude Bellingham is the guy that you need?
I think they'll need him alongside another durable defensive midfielder. There's this guy at Brighton. He's done so well this season.
Caicedo?
Yeah, Caicedo as well. He's done so well this season.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and say I know the player, but looking at his standards this season, what he's done so far for Brighton, I think he's a player that if you play alongside Bellingham, I mean, he offers that protection.
That I agree.
Yeah. So I think if they can, the midfield just needs some revamp. I mean, Henderson is aging. I'm not saying he's not done his beats, but he doesn't have the legs. James Milner, of course. James Milner won't start in any top 5 teams this season. He's going. So, he's a guy you bring off the bench when you're chasing the game. I mean, credit to James Milner against Man Utd.
You guys need Angoiza.
So yeah, such kind of robust midfielder that are durable, that can stand.
Will you go to Barcelona and buy what's it called? What's the guy they brought from AC Milan?
Kessie?
Yes, Frank Kessie.
I wouldn't.
Frank Kessie's got strength. He's got power.
I wouldn't go for Kessie right now because I'm yet to see what's done at Barcelona. Maybe they've not been playing him so much. The whole uncertainty around the midfield situations and stuff like that. But and we
would you go for Frankie de Jong?
Frankie de Jong, he won't be bad, but he won't be bad as well. But it's going to be difficult to get. But it comes again to Liverpool. They are not just decisive in a way when it comes to transfer. You've been waiting. First it was Tchouameni. They were waiting for, they were credible.
There was no way Liverpool was going to be able to sign Tchouameni
until Real Madrid came in and, they got him. And now Bellingham as well, with what he's doing in the Champions League this season, if they don't act fast, other clubs might just push Bellingham because they're talking about
Does this current Liverpool reminds you of Arsene Wenger's Arsenal?
I think so. You know,
they play one good game and then they go into like 4 bad games against teams that you expect them to win, and then in the transfer you hear that Arsenal is linked to everybody that matters. Oh, they're linked to Higuain, Juan Mata, Michael Essien, this one, that one. But you see all those players doing medicals in other clubs, but Arsenal.
It's just, you know, if they lose out on Bellingham, it's going to be painful because, I mean, you know, watching this guy in the Champions League, it was so sad to see miss out on the...
My final take on this Liverpool matter before we move to... I hand over the mic to you. Liverpool fall out of the top 4 this season. And, you know, that also means that a lot of players will not want to come sign for you guys.
That's what I say.
Would that be enough to tell your club to leave?
If they don't make the top 4?
Yeah, if they don't make the top 4.
I think that's enough.
That's enough.
Yeah.
I don't like how you shaded James Milner. When James Milner made his Premier League debut, some people were not born.
But that's the reason why he shouldn't be playing again. He should retire.
That guy's an experience in
he should keep his experience to his pocket. His experience is not doing anything right now.
Milner can do 500 games a season.
Well, before I go, I hand the mic to you. Let's hear from the people out there. Afolabi says Liverpool team is weak generally. And Stepmonic too, who got his account hacked but he's created a new one. He celebrated. Do you think Osimhen can win African Footballer of the Year this 2022? Like I said before, if Napoli wins the league, he scores maybe over 15 to 20 goals or 25 goals, and then he gets as far as the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League. There's nobody stopping him unless Bayern Munich goes on to win the Champions League, the Bundesliga, and somehow Sadio Mane happens to put his sterling performance, and then he goes to the World Cup as well and lead his team up to the quarterfinals. Then Osimhen's got to fight in Sadio Mane. Other than that, there's no African player right now that is a front runner. But the distance between that and the award is still. They just gave out the last one. But so the conditions for Osimhen is win the Italian Serie A and take your team all the way to the quarterfinals or semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League, and then hope that even if Bayern wins everything, Sadio Mane doesn't get a very good season. So far, Sadio Mane is not a shout. It's not the Hail Mary right now. He's doing well.
Osimhen is a real deal now.
But
is not
the big deal of African players across the world right now is Osimhen and then Anguissa. Anguissa is from where? Ivory Coast also?
Cameroon.
He's from Cameroon. So those are the two players. I mean, to score 50 goals in 17 games and to go out injured and come back and doing all the things that he's doing is within that reach. Well, just underscore Jovin, he said Victor Osimhen will score hat-trick today. Emmanuel says he's not going to play. The coach Spalletti has spoken to Emmanuel. When they were in Kovun, they had a meeting in Kovun and they spoke to him that he will not play. Edenovia says, good morning, guys. Good morning to you. And I won't forget to mention this. Well, let me finish. And Amazing Christian said, for me, I think Liverpool players have been overstretched for the last 3 seasons with club pattern of consistent high pressing and running, plus the injury level that has hit the team. I agree with you on all that you said. One thing I want to say is, first of all, I want to say massive thank you to everybody on Twitter yesterday who helped to get Davido's attention to my tweet. But then at the same time, the story that broke forth that his son died just shattered me completely. Like I wasn't going to do this show before. But I mean, like one of the things I learned from Brilla is that the show must go on.
Yeah.
You know, I remember the morning when my mom died and I called to say my mom died. And, you know, I remember Judo just saying to me, if you don't come and do the show, it's not going to make your mother wake up. Why not do the show? But then that was the worst day I ever had on radio because it was also the day where a fan called and said, your stupid analysis, now may God kill your mother. Like, I can't forget that day. Like, it stays in my head. One Manchester United fan. That's, even if I write a book, it's going to be there. And that was also the day that turned me completely against the fans. Like, man, like for me, in my head, I was like, fuck the fans. There's no such thing as fans. So I don't give a hoot about them. When people said I was very rude to fans, I was very mean to fans, they started it first. Okay? They started it, they took it to 11. I remember one fan actually said that my son would die in 2012. You know, when you think of September 3rd, 2012, somebody said my son would die. It was a Chelsea fan, and he said my son would die. Why? Because I predicted what, and you know the funny thing, the prediction came to pass. But hey, it's one of those things. So when I look back to those years, and you know, when the news first broke yesterday, I first saw it on Just Level. I know this is not going to be true. It's not going to happen. This is not another debauch coming in. I'm waiting for them to disclaim. I'm waiting for the video to tweet and say, "Oh, that's a lie," blah blah blah. But I wait. I wait. I lose weight. Amaka not disappointed me. Just disappoint myself. And then this morning, I'm saying it. I'm still not believing it. I'm still feeling like one story will come and it will not be true. I have a 3-year-old son, and every time I'm with Tega in the house, like I shared a picture of my status of medicine. Like right now, I can qualify myself as a doctor, a nurse, a lab scientist, a pharmacist because of the amount of medications that we've gone through since like June, right? But in all of this, when I watch him struggle, even struggle to breathe, or like my whole heart is in my mouth. They say you never love until you have children. You never know what love is until you have children. All these rules, love leads to sex, is infatuation. When you have children, love is defined differently. And watching a fellow human being lose their child is tough. Well, on YouTube, Antony Remileko, aka the Emperor, you say, "Good morning. I can't wait for Osimhen and Co to punish Liverpool tonight." The truth of the matter is,
I'm down now.
no matter what happened, Liverpool have qualified. That is the good part of the conversation. So they can come second and really not mind. After all, most of the big teams in this competition have decided to go and stop Arteta from winning a trophy this season. They are more interested in the Europa than the Champions League. I think they want to turn Europa to Super League. So all of them are going there. The only big team that refused to join them was Real Madrid. So I think the path is still clear for Liverpool, but that's how it's also clear for them. For me, the biggest match for me tonight is Marseille Tottenham Hotspur. Marseille can beat Tottenham Hotspur 5-0. In short, oh God, I've won the World Cup already.
Then in France without Conte on the touchline, so I think Marseille is looking like they're going to take.
If they beat Spurs, and the other teams win, and Spurs don't make it to the next stage of the Champions League, oh Jesus, that would be enough. That would be resurrection money for me. Tonight, I'll be glad now. Oh, what's it called? It says Oduni Rebellion. I say this Liverpool will or may not make top 4. He will leave Una for where he pick up. Okay. I pretend, yeah, I was talking about this guy yesterday, man. The sacrifice and the ball that this guy has given me is incredible. It's probably 3:22 a.m. where he is in the US, but he's still here. He said that I never sleep yet. I did. Thank you very much, bro. Roland, I appreciate your support every minute. And I saw what you wrote on my interview with David Dane. It was on another level completely. But thank you very much for being that person, for doing what you do, and being such a special human being in my space. I am very, very grateful to have you as a friend and as a supporter. But let's move further down and see how things go. Leo Odi says, good morning, bros. I have been a fan of yours since your days at Brilla FM. Okay. So informative and educative. Thanks for the good job watching from Italy. Okay. Thank you very much, bro. I hope we continue to hook up, find a way to hook up. We're having a little bit of electrical problem here, but we would fix it. So let's go down a little bit on this one and see how it pushes us. Right after it pushes us, and then we would be able to chill, on the conversation. Divide, okay, say good morning, bros. Good morning to you. Great to be here again. Stamina Emmanuel, say Victor Osimhen to Arsenal. Good morning, everyone. Looking at Saka injury, I'm scared if the list of injuries increases in Arsenal because we don't have depth. God, I beg you. Well, Riznessi came in and scored 2 goals, so you could just manage it. They say, boss, I know they sit top 4 for Liverpool. Emmanuel Sebastian, they're really against you this time around. Divide, okay, say, so I saw the Jammers dancing with the Falconen after their third place loss, and nothing was heard from Germany. I just imagine if the tables were turned, our media go don't bash them finish. Yes, that's a conversation that we're going to have. When I saw it yesterday, I say yes. This one, anybody will see this go understand where they come from. Say our sporting media, we don't know what they do. But hey, if I talk, people say they always attack our sporting media. If now our guests I lose that match, they can't follow Germans in dance. The insult, the bashing, even the coach, or tell the coach, say the coach don't know work, he not sabi what they do, he not sabi this, he don't know this, he don't know that. Sometimes we that's why I say we're not a sports nation. We're not a nation that really supports football. We don't understand how it works. We don't understand the soft power of sports. We don't belong in that class. We just sometimes make it even impossible for sports to try. Every time you say, I need to come to Idafi's show, when I come, definitely you are welcome. We'll be here. The cameras will be here to capture you. But I know we'll argue, Sha. You know that you like to disagree with me a lot. And you believe in humility as a ladder to success. And I do not believe in it. So we're going to have some serious bantering on that day, okay? But one of the things that I like about you is some people, I've seen people who, because I disagree with them on position, and they're like, they just send me a message, I'm subscribing to your channel. Like, who you think say you did do? Your subscription are one person. Who you think, like, who you really think say you be for this matter? I spent about almost 60-something million of my own money pushing this. You think say that your one subscription or your one unsubscription. But this guy will disagree, and that's the more reason why I respect him. We'll disagree. Not only that, he sent me his ad-end money just to keep us going. Like, I've not seen him, I've not met him, I don't have a picture of him. Or he sent me his ad-end money, push my brand. We've disagreed on high and low matters concerning football. But guess what? He's the first person that will show up and tell me, I think your numbers will grow. Just keep pushing, just keep going. Go another day. You know, this interview deserve more numbers, but don't worry. This is how this person started. This is how that person started. I feel blessed to have people like that, because sometimes just one or two persons is what you need to give you that kick, that push to get you to the next level. You know, so thank you very much for what you do. Akimola Lanre, he said Victor Osimhen to drown Liverpool FC today. I would love to see Victor Osimhen score a hat-trick against Liverpool. Now, Emmanuel Sebastian, I just want to ask you this. How would he feel like to you, Liverpool versus Napoli? And they are beating 6-0. 3 goals from Victor Osimhen, and then the other ones come from whoever it comes from. How would it be to you? Because now you're wearing a Napoli jersey, you're supporting Victor Osimhen. Would you still feel that joy of supporting Osimhen? And would you come here next week on Tuesday and talk about Nigerian players, GPS show, and you know, well, how would it be for you?
It's going to be bittersweet, actually. It's going to be bittersweet. But I mean, with the love I've developed for, not just Osimhen actually, with the love I've developed for Nigerian footballers in the last couple of years, I think I'm gonna take it easy on myself. I'm gonna take it lightly. I remember when you talk about 6. I remember when we considered 6 against Stoke City. I think that was Steven Gerrard. I think it was his final game. Yeah, against Stoke City. That was a devastating day for me. But if it happens,
and that's something like if you guys won't beat it too.
Yeah, 7-2 as well. You know, another huge scoreline defeat.
Liverpool are used to it.
Then, you know, this it's just a personal feeling. Now, then, you know, there wasn't this, you know, bond for me for Nigerian players. To be honest, I wasn't that into Nigerian players, you know, years ago than I am now. So if Osimhen, I mean, playing at Anfield I really want him to play. I just feel he's not going to play, not because I don't want him to score against Liverpool, but I mean, he played 90 minutes on Saturday, and you know, Atlanta is next for them in the league, top of the table clash, and they have other strikers firing as well. So, you know, Spalletti might want to say, okay, after all, we've already qualified. You know, the only way they can finish second in that group is
Osimhen wants to come play,
and it's
in the Premier League.
Yeah, so that's why I feel he would want to play. But you know, I think Spalletti has the final say. So you know, that's the reason I say he's not going to play, not because I don't want him.
He could still come off the bench and bang a hat-trick.
Yeah, come.
then the problem is Osimhen doesn't play. Simeone is also a problem.
Yeah, Simeone. You know, these guys just knows how.
Raspberry is also a problem. I mean, Raspadori.
Reality of Rhapsody.
Rhapsody of reality. We'll give you guys reality check. I don't know, but this Napoli team is just juicy. It's very beautiful team to look at. It's like doing brisket and ribs and all those things. Oh Jesus, Halloween.
And then again, these are kind of games you see Liverpool turn up. You know, playing at Anfield.
Yeah, that's another thing to be afraid of. Liverpool.
You just have to say that. You know, it's Champions League night. Playing at home. You know, they want to make a statement. This is not, I mean, on favorite, Napoli, you know, looks favorite to win this game. If you look at the form of both teams, I was with Spalletti yesterday, wasn't giving anything away. he's not getting carried away with the form of Liverpool.
Would anybody get carried away?
But these are the kind of games you just expect Liverpool to turn up and just surprise everybody and get that 3 points against Napoli. But and there's a lot at stake. Napoli, if you win them, it's the first loss of the season for Napoli. So you want to be that team who will be the first.
And you know how that loss can create a domino effect. They can lose this game now, go and lose to Atlanta, and then the season is folding. But then again, Napoli have this attitude of scoring 3 or 4 goals every game, so they can't just go to sleep. It's not in their DNA. It's like elephant in the bond to have.
Yeah.
Everything elephant give birth to is big, right? So they're in a place where they can really hurt you guys and cause you pains. But well, let's see. Let's keep our fingers crossed and see how it goes. Amalo Abi say, good morning, boss. To the world. Thank you very much for that one. And let me continue some of the messages. I'm going to come to you. I'm going to give the mic, but let me finish with the messages we have on YouTube. Every time I say I need to. Okay, I've seen that one before. Olatunji Emmanuel, he said, what do you think about Man United signing Osimhen? When did I make the top 4 first? Because I don't think I want to sit here and see Osimhen go play for a club that is not playing in the Champions League.
Also, them giving Rashford a new contract.
They would give him. They would give him. They would give him because I hear Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern are talking to his people. From January, he's free to talk to any foreign club. So I don't think Man United, he will not leave Man United. He wants to stay. He's got the OB now. So I don't think he wants to go anywhere. Hybrid Time, he said, Osimhen is making me happy. Yemi Dynamite, he say, the news hit me. Will not be their family. Praying God comfort Davido and Shoma. Me too. I'm in that prayer band, that prayer meeting. I'm in that WhatsApp group for that prayer. Hybrid Time, they say, how can someone say that evil thing? Well, people have said things. People have said terrible things, because they claim to be supported football club, and they say it like without remorse. When you say something like, "Oh, I'm sorry," it's more of the moment. When people say that kind of thing, you'll still be angry, but okay, they came to apologize to you. Well, people say shit. People say all sort of things, and you're like, okay, this is the way it's going to be. I wasn't raised to take a punch and turn the other cheek. Unfortunately, that is not part of my Bible. You give me one, I give it two. So if he hurts you, then you won't try it with somebody else again. That's just the way it is for me. What is it with Nigerians and their obsession with debt? I don't know. Sometimes it happens. Yemi Dynamite say, good morning, Big Uncle E. I really want to see you enter Oba. I don't favorite your tweet, but realistically, Liverpool ain't convincing this season. That's the thing. The teams that are supposed to make it possible for Chelsea not to make top 4 are not even doing well. So Chelsea can still stroll, just like last season. Chelsea didn't deserve to make the top 4. But Arsenal and the other teams that are supposed to come up keep trading away points. If Arsenal had won their last 10 games, instead of losing 5, drawing 2, and winning only 3, maybe Arsenal and Spurs would have made the top 4. But then Chelsea were losing, dropping points here and there, and the other teams were not just coming up. But let's see. I see for Chelsea fans, for the good of Chelsea fans, because I'm sure they would hate my radio. Unfortunately, this is not like an Instagram or Twitter account that you can just go and report and close it down. Yeah, and then it's not also registered in Nigeria. This radio operates from the US. One of the things that I'll guarantee Chelsea fans is, for the sake of Aubameyang, you people should make top 4. If you don't make top 4, any Chelsea fan will hate listening to my show. For what? For the whole season. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. You don't want to know. Like you don't want to know. I used to say to people when I was in school, I'm like, you don't want to know what will happen if you cross me. You don't. I told there's a court guy that was threatening me, but he's a court, he's a capon, blah, blah. I said, your full court will kill me, but I'll kill you before anything will happen. So I'll die, you die. So you don't want to know what happens when you cross me, Sha. And Aubameyang saying that Arteta cannot manage big players. He better use that as big playerness. Hey, Chelsea fans. Because I love a lot of Chelsea fans. They're my friend.
He was misunderstood. So
no, it wasn't misunderstood. That's what he said. That's what he said, and he meant it. So coming out to say was misunderstood, maybe they just make top 4. Because I said this thing before, that Aubameyang is not a competitive footballer. Aubameyang does not know what it means to win or lose games. I'm an Arsenal fan. I suffered that for 7 years, so I know. Aubameyang does not know what it means to win or lose games. Go and watch the captains. Again, you see, his leadership is the poorest kind of leadership. I see the captain of Jamaica in that, Vinatu in that video on Netflix and FIFA Plus. But you see Aubameyang, like, this guy can't lead. I've been in dressing room, so I know this guy can't lead shit. He can't even lead primary school children. He can't lead his house. So when he comes out and say Ateta cannot manage big player, like wait a minute, you're a big player, you play for Arsenal for 7 years. This club have been in the Champions League for 26 years before you showed up, and then you showed up. The club never made it to the top 4 one time, and you call yourself a big player. Are you not ashamed of saying that shit? But I pray, Chelsea better make top 4, because if they don't, Aubameyang he go retire next season, and unfortunately the bullet will go at Aubameyang side. He go touch Chelsea fans, and that's what I don't want. But let's just keep our fingers crossed. Here's a Patrick. You say, forgive the fans, so I've moved on now. Hi, Britain. I am also grateful to have you as a friend. I care for you immensely. I feel the care. Like nobody needs to tell me that. Hey, I'm a younger brother. Is a Chelsea fan. You're okay, Emmanuel. Say, maybe bros. Oh, blues. Well, when I go sleep, when I wait, what if that thing will be there?
Brighton. They brightened our day.
The light was
the table doesn't show.
The headlamp of the opposition the light was too bright. Now I enter bush. I don't go follow Liverpool enter Forest now. It has to be like this.
It was just a perfect scenario to happen. A return of Graham Potter to his former ground, and he got slaughtered.
Cucurella, Cuckoo Keke couldn't do anything. As a Patrick, he said definitely bittersweet. We have qualified, so it won't be bad. Yorokiri Emmanuel said, I think Spalletti will rest Osimhen for that Simeone's son. When they play Osimhen, I beg. I like more Osimhen score a hat-trick. It will be very, very nice. Okay, it will be nice to watch him score a hat-trick against them. Okay, that will be good. And Hybrid say it's 4:28 a.m. Sleep done. They come. I will just stay here. I better try close and sleep because you get work to do in the morning. Chooks Asego, my guy, say good morning. Like Hybrid they say I'm happy. Raspberry. Raspberry and Simeone are doing well. I actually think they are the ones pushing Osimhen to get out. I agree with you on that one too. Yorokiri man, I say that strawberry or rhapsody guy is one to watch out for. Here's a Patrick. You say Chooks are saying good morning, and he just greet people so that they're not going to enter Liverpool. They'll be nice guy here. Leo one day says a Liverpool fan and he get mad. Now I give this guy Pondit. And then another person it's Otokutu Pondit. They won't keep myself from you. Leo Ode says, boss, I come again. Content to Juventus is real. Almost all the papers here talk about it. I said this. Was it not last week? I said this. Yes, it's in Napoli. Okay. When I said this last week, people said I was talking rubbish. Hey God. I never said anything. They're already cooking fire. Let's say Napoli does not, Tottenham Hotspur does not qualify today. The fire will start. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be Italian media cooking up the storm against the English media. And English media does not prioritize Tottenham Hotspur. So it's going to go left wing. Antony Conte will go back to you. That one is for sure. Thank you very much, Leo, for giving us that update. Hybrid, Yorokiri Emmanuel, it's a hybrid trend, true talk. Healthy competition. Chooks Asweg, we say good morning. Eze Patrick. Are you doing the Champions League coverage? Yes, of course we are. We're covering it tonight. Divine Tonkeye, say bros, I not follow for the Oba fan bandwagon. He's a Chelsea fan. That's my guy. I like him. Stamina Emmanuel, my former teammate. He said good talk about the celebration of German under 17 girls with Nigerian under 17. Win or lose, life goes on. But Stamina, that year when we play together, you know, they follow opposition. Wait, we even lose matches. Okay, we lose like 2 or 3 games, right? And you don't like losing. Stamina does not like losing at all. As nice as it can be, lose a game and his face go swell up like Cobra will swallow goat. Invest, and you know it's got big. It's big. It's like Amokashi. It's like God, no. It doesn't like losing. No. Not a sporting nation. We don't know how to handle defeat. I agree with you on that one. Divine Tokay say, do you think Tottenham will make top 4? No. At the end of the season, no. Emmanuel, let me give you the show now. Let me hand the show back to you. You've been waiting for this. But let me read this one. And amazing Christian say, I beg, I get one question. What was Nottingham Forest management thinking when they signed 22 players? And to cap it all, they offered a coach a new 4-year contract while sitting at the bottom of the table. Well, they were thinking like MPFL club. That's why they took that decision. But let's say, Emmanuel, over to you.
All right. Beautiful first few minutes on the show. I mean, the fans have given us, most of the talking points we want to talk about today. But, what better way to start than that Victor Osimhen exploit this past weekend. I mean, I can go on and on. it's Victor Osimhen. Was a record-breaking hat-trick actually, the first Nigerian to score a hat-trick.
His first career hat-trick
in the series. I don't know. He scored his first club.
Club hat-trick. He scored at the under
17. He scored at the under 17. He scored 4 against Southampton. So yeah, there was a bit of confusion with that over the weekend. Was it his first career hat-trick? So it's his first club career hat-trick, and the first Nigerian to score in the Serie A as well, to score hat-trick in the Serie A.
Really?
Yeah.
Martinez didn't score a hat-trick.
So I was
oh my God!
Simi with all his goals didn't score.
Simi didn't score a hat-trick. He just scored game after game.
Record-breaking on all fronts for Victor Osimhen. Despite missing some games, he's joined up now with goal scorers chart in Serie A with 7 goals. And I mean, you can go on and on. The goals, the varieties of the 3 goals. Osimhen has been known to, his finish. I mean, he's always gone for power with his finish. But that 3rd goal showed a different side of Osimhen. Just a little thing over the goalkeeper. I mean, that shows a man who is really, really confident. I mean, the first goal, his partnership with Kvaratskhelia and the Napoli team is one to behold.
What's the name again?
Kvaratskhelia. I need to slow down whenever I want to pronounce that name. Like
I don't even try to call him. I just call him the way Napoli fans call him.
But just something outside.
Maradona.
Just something outside. There's a Nigerian in Dynamo Antony. His name is Benjamin Teddy. I know him. I was asking him if he's aware of Kvaratskhelia because that was his former team in Georgia. So he said he's played with him. So I'm looking forward to getting him. Just to talk about Osimhen and give me a little info about Kvaratskhelia. How was he in training when he played him? Then I'm
I need to put you under pressure. The kind of pressure we used to be under when we were in Brilliant FM. That is your Nigerian Players GPS show. It's about time you start adding voices to it.
We'll do that. We're working on that. So I just thought about it. Okay, he didn't play up to a year at Dynamo to me, but I mean, nobody saw that signing coming from Georgia. They brought him to Napoli, and it's been one of the signings of the summer so far. So it's good to see him.
So Napoli spent 65 million to be better than Liverpool.
These things happen.
That spent almost 200 million.
It doesn't happen. It happens.
I'm just putting it for the record. I'm not putting the record straight. Straightening it. Thus says the Spirit of the Lord. Consider your ways and make it straight. So I'm making the way straight.
But good one for Osimhen. I was so happy when he scored the hat-trick. And Benedict, I don't know if what can you say about Victor Osimhen?
Well, he's been through a lot. Like, there's no Nigerian player in Europe that has not been through a lot. There are highs and lows. I feel like it's his time to shine. He better make very good use of it. Just like everybody's saying, Ashake, your time to shine. It's not saying you shine. I think Osimhen should make use of it. Scoring a hat trick, very.
Why is this boy sounding like Liverpool ball boy?
No. But Osimhen, he better make the best of it. And form is very, very vital to anybody's career. Look at the top. Form is one of the things because fans love form. That's one thing. I'm pressed to love form. You score 5 games in a row, you poise for 1, you score the next 3. They just love that, and it's pretty good for his career. And more so the Napoli, but this is the main reason why they signed him. This is the main reason they signed him from the league, just to come and bank in the goals. And if he does that, price will increase, your media presence will increase, and it's going to be very, very good for his career towards the end.
All right, yeah, let me come to you. I mean, we all can agree he needs to stay fit. I mean, that's he needs to stay fit because if he stays fit, I mean, he's a 20-25 goal striker.
I'm putting it at 30 now.
He just needs to stay fit.
He scored like 5 against Liverpool now. Number,
and there's a video of
investor.
There's a video.
She invests some goals on Liverpool. It'd be good.
Something huge is not coming.
Something huge is coming tonight. Something huge.
But I mean, there's a video of Osimhen training online in that game against Ajax where they got a penalty, he picked the ball, and was talking to Kvaratskhelia again. He handed him the penalty to play, and there's this kind of connection between both players. And Didier Drogba actually complimented on that video. Said that's Didier Drogba tweeted. I mean, when you talk about Didier Drogba, it's one of his idols, one of his idols. He always speaks about Didier Drogba a lot. So Didier Drogba tweeted, "That's a complete striker. Unselfishness, the real meaning of win as a team." I mean, we can go on and on with Osimhen.
So because I'm closer to Osimhen, and we've had times when we talk, especially in that down time when he was having all the media criticism, and I'll call him, I'll tell him, listen, guy, this is part of the game. Don't pretend like it is not part of the game. Because when people praise you, you don't actually come out to hail everybody that is praising you. I'm not going to stop you from responding to people who attack you. I don't. I can't preach what I don't practice. If you attack me, I'll attack you back. So I don't tell. I tell Osimhen, if people insult you, insult them back. Oh, they forget all those big man thing. There is no big man. God not play big man with them. The ones I never attack God. God not forgive us. So you cannot be bigger than God. Who you be when you want to form bigger than God? If somebody attack you, attack them back. So, but at the same time, because you know that there are people out there who are going to attack you and looking for your fault, who are looking for anything. Like I told him, I said, this one way your sister and her husband don't come and make a fool of themselves. The next thing get injured or probably lose form and not play well. I say, oh, family done. You see, the bad when you do, the evil that men do. I said, see, I play all the scenario with him and I tell him, these are the things that will happen. And sometimes when I get talking to him, I drag him to see what's it called? Ojo Igalo into the conversation. Because Ojo Igalo is a model professional and a very good example. And he does listen to me. And then he's number one cheerleader. I think there's nobody that loves Osimhen more than Jonogu. Jonogu's done so well in pushing this young man and supporting him. And I guess now he listens to a lot of people. Okay, because if you look at his game has changed a little bit. He stopped celebrating pulling off his jersey, but I will bet my money that he will still do it. It's going to happen. The elastic is going to snap. He's going to do it again. But if you look at the way he runs now, it's a little bit different. And, he's brought a different style to his goal scoring. There's power, there's precision now, and then there's a little bit of guile and style as well. I just hope that it keeps it going. You want to see your striker scoring consistently. Once the goal go off again, like, oh, is it funny? Is it fluke? It was lucky. And that's how the fans stop. So I just want to see him score for a lot of reasons. We've not had a Nigerian really dominate top level. Simon Wako scored a lot of goals, but for who? So if you're playing for Napoli, you're top of the league, it looks like you're going to win the league title. Napoli still believe that the reason they don't win the league title last season was because Osimhen was injured. Because they lost the title by 7 points. And those 7 points, if Osimhen was not injured, they would have covered for it. So they believe that if they can keep him fit and the way the team is, there's also competition. I've always said this about most teams, especially with Arsenal as an example. I said the reason why some players don't perform well is because there's no competition for their place. You can see that with Rhapsody of Reality and Faradona, and you know how to pronounce his name. I'm not trying. Okay, Osimhen's game has just changed. The way he runs, the way he scores, the way he takes his chances, he fights for his chances, he tries to put everything in because he knows I might start today, I might not start tomorrow. Unlike previously where he knows it's the guy who's going to lead the line. There's no other person fighting for his share. But right now, if Simeone can score a hat-trick and the next game he goes to the bench, it tells you a whole lot of the texture and nature of this game. Osimhen, like was talking today now, Osimhen might not even start after scoring a hat-trick over the weekend. That's how much competition you have in this team. They are next to Manchester City in terms of quality and depth of the squad. Because when Osimhen got injured the other time, early this season, everybody like, oh, the goals will dry, they will start losing now. But then, guess what? Simeone stepped up, Rhapsody of Reality or Rhapsodori, whatever we call it, Raspberry. They all stood up, and the Georgian guy also was there. And Guisa is playing a different type of football this season compared to what we used to know of him. Maybe because he had a good African Cup of Nations and everything, I just turned on his head. I just hope that they keep it going to the end of the season. One, if Napoli wins the Italian Serie A, that's good for him. It's good for Osimhen. If Osimhen bangs in 25 goals, there is not a club at top level that will not look his direction. Yeah. Because to score those number of goals, and then if he keeps scoring, let's say he does 10 or 15 in the Champions League as well. We're talking African Footballer of the Year level. We're talking Ballon d'Or nomination level. We're talking the best clubs in the world. Real Madrid changing their attention from Mbappe to getting him in because right now Benzema seems to be getting tired, and if they can't get Mbappe fast, and Haaland is a 2 seasons from that project, they might just say, okay, let's get this Nigerian boy. He does have everything we need in a striker, and he does look like the guy who will fit it. So if he does that, it's good for him. It's also good for Nigerian football because, what kind of story? This Osimhen's story is a Netflix kind of story. From the street. He played in one street team, coach under Coach Chinedu, only 4 games. He played for them. And he was at the under-17. From under-17, winning it and being top goal scorer, straight up. The most expensive player ever transferred out of this country, 3.7 million euros. And then from there to, a doctor who did a wrong operation on his leg and his career almost ended, but the boy didn't give up. Let's not forget, COVID came and took his father. After losing his mother when he was age 2. And see how far he's gone. I think that this is a guy you say, I was born not to make it in the words of Tupac Amaru Shakur, but I did. And, with all the family discombobulated or dysfunctional family that he's come from, some people will crack. Some people will break down. and Nigeria not qualifying for the World Cup, him not being able to go to the Nations Cup. People forget so soon that his eye socket is he lost his what's it called? Fractured the bone here, and his eye socket came off. The whole 4,000 plus nerves, all of them were disconnected, and a good doctor had to operate. For any other case, you'll be blind. But specialists got him back going, and this guy came back, and he's not even afraid, even with a face mask. He's not afraid to go on, contesting ball in the air. He's not afraid to put his head in the challenge and all that. It tells you the kind of beast that he's made of. He's different. But then we can only wish, hope, and pray against him getting injured, because I want to see him going consistently like this, week in, week out. 3 goals, 2, 1, just like that every week, and I'll be fine.
Right. I mean, we can go on and on with Victor Osimhen, but I mean, we have to, move on the show. And like, the fans watching on YouTube rightly said, the Flamingos were another talking point.
Yeah, they were.
This past weekend. I
They
mean,
gave us joy,
they gave us joy, even though we know they could have gone, as far as lifting the trophy. They were so close to losing that third place game against Germany. I mean, you were 3-0 up, and you considered 3 late goals, but you went on to win on penalties. And I mean, congratulations to the Flamingos. I think they are the first Nigerian national team to be on the podium at that level. When it comes to Nigerian women's football, so good one for them, and for the manager as well. So a good tournament overall for the team in India. But after that third place game against Germany, that video trended of them with the German girls and the 17 girls dancing, vibing to Nigerian tunes and sounds. It's not just about the dance and the sound as well. In that clip, you could see the Germans as well donning Nigerian jerseys and the track suits.
Yeah.
Even the Nigerian girls as well were, wearing the German jerseys, and you could see images of them exchanging jerseys, taking pictures and stuff like that. Like one, someone commented, right? He said, just flip the table around and imagine it was Nigeria who lost. It just shows that for these German girls, I mean, for them, the way they see it, it's more like, if we've played this tournament, maybe the target for them was not to go and win it, but they could see
even if the target is to win.
They could see how they progressed in the tournament. I mean, when they go back to their country, maybe go back to school, continue their education and whatever. But it just shows the mentality of different sides, from the fans, the teams, the FAs and stuff. So I think we should just find a way and see how we look at these things. But I don't know what you think. Do you agree with that? That comment?
I feel like since European people are the same people who invented most sports, and they also who invented sportsmanship, right? So African it's always in Africa. My younger brother, I know that losing is a cause and something worth to kill for. It's like HIV. It doesn't show from your face, but inside it's killing you. That kind of thing.
I don't like losing. So.
I don't see the big deal about losing most of the time. Although losing in the wrong place is where it can pay you.
Are you Aubameyang?
No. But I'm happy for the African national team. I say African, for the Nigerian national team going all the way. 3-0 up. When I heard it, I had to tune in a bit to see it. Then I saw that, okay, then I had 3-3. I saw the third goal Germany scored. That was some amazing bicycle kick.
Sorry, in the semi-final where they lost one of penalties, the Colombian team, we were here praising it.
Yes, we were here.
But the next penalty shootout, she came up and
why are you guys making it that way look like I am the one?
Okay, there's Bello, there's a Jakai, there's an Edson.
She's not my daughter.
Yes, but I'm happy because vibing to Nigerian song. If the thing was the other way, like you said, the president of Nigeria is going to take it. They're gonna like have the worst time. Nobody in Europe, if you finish fourth, that's some achievement. The team will finish fourth in the Euros. They're gonna be happy. England finished fourth in 2018 World Cup. At least the press were like, guys, Saudi after a long time there's some hope for the team. But if it happened in Nigeria, that's gonna be bad. I'm really happy they finished third, and it was awesome good sportsmanship.
Right, good sportsmanship from the German girls right there. And do you think it's because, I mean, they were kids, so they didn't pay so much attention to all those. We lost. We shouldn't be dancing with our opponents and stuff like that. Do you think it's because they are? I mean, these under 17 girls, so they are kids. They couldn't care less. They couldn't think about that much. Let's just have fun with our age mates and stuff like that. Does that come to mind?
So let's understand categorization of the game of football first. But before I answer your question, let me read some of the messages that we have. Sensolo Lover says, I first sent one message up here. Said Osimhen is really the hottest striker in Europe this minute. Check his stats, okay? And he said stats show Victor Osimhen delivers most shot per game than any other striker. Yeah, and that's a very good one. You can't argue against stats. Stats are like facts. So you can't argue against them. So let's go to this one from Eze Patrick. You say this is Jabode Pondisha. Which club you did support? Sir? That's where it's difficult. You can't even pin him to a club. Liverpool choose to suffer this year in his hand, and then will continue to suffer. Yorokiri Emmanuel, he say as long as Spurs and Newcastle did top four, Blues making UCL is sure because they would always bottle it.
And Newcastle, do you think they'll stay there?
Wow.
Do you think they'll stay there, Newcastle?
Wow. I think Newcastle will stay anyway. I think they will stay. They don't have anybody in their team that's going to the World Cup, even if they have maybe like two. They have players that could come back from injury and add value to the team. St. Maximum and Isaac, who I think is overbought for 60 million. But the thing about Newcastle is the fact that Newcastle are a team that is bonded in unity. The sum of the part making the whole is what's happening here. It's not one individual player that you can mark out and then they are there. I fear Newcastle right now more than I fear Man City. Okay, but Man City is coached by a foreign coach, and Newcastle, the only setback, the only weak point in Newcastle is that they have an English coach. But having said that, when I saw Yorokiri Emmanuel, I say, wow. Here's a Patrick, you say, what you concern Liverpool now? Everything concern Liverpool. And then Yorokiri Emmanuel said, Osimhen must be careful with the hype and his next move. Very important. Yeah, the hype is not a problem. The hype should be there because that makes his value high. I want to see a Nigerian player move for 150 million. So the hype is good. And Osimhen doesn't look like somebody that will get drunk on the hype. I mean, we've created this template of modesty so much so that we think that Nigerian players should not be hyped. The truth is, hype is very, very important because that's what makes your value. Jack Grealish is a 25 million pounds player. Hype made him 100 million. Declan Rice, that was running like a pregnant woman against Manchester United. That player is plus or minus 50 million pounds player.
Maguire too.
No, Levi Maguire, I want to say Liverpool. But I mean, they say it's 150 million right now. And if you look at Declan Rice and Madison and Yuri Tillemans, are you going to put Declan Rice above those two? Obviously, I won't. Or Jack Grealish above those two. So the hype is good for the market. This is what modern day football is about, and we're not going to drop back and say because we're Nigerians, let's play the humble guys and be cool. Then they're not going to price it for 25. It's because Wilfred Ndidi never got the hype. That's why he's stuck where he is today. So we need that hype. The hype is very, very good. And plenty of thanks must go to Omar Katuba for the amazing job he's done with the brand of Victor Osimhen. Oduni Remeleka say Napoli have done well with their recruitment this season after letting Insigne, Koulibaly, Dres Martins, Fabian left, Allen also left, but then see what they've done. 65 million is what they used to create a team that is better than the whole of Liverpool, who spent 85 million on one player, the Lukaku in disguise. Okay, I just need to mention it anyway. Kevin, I'm sorry, Divine Tokai said, I just watched the Victor Osimhen and I'm literally overwhelmed with emotions. Okay, Patrick, Ereman, my brother says, great analysis, and you and this Rhapsody of Reality. I used to be Rhapsody of Reality partner. I put some plenty money down. The Olarawaju, he said, I'm really happy for Osimhen. Good one. And Leo, okay, deleted it. Additional Alfama, he said, Victor is Nigeria's greatest sports export so far. Time will tell. He is in the path of becoming one of the greatest to come from Africa. So it's still a long way. We'll produce the Jajue from Africa, Ramamaja, Mosala, Sadio Mane, Didi Drogba, Michael Essien, Coaches, Samuel Eto'o. Still a long way. Still a long way. So he needs to win Champions League. He needs to do a whole lot. Still a long way, but he's not far off anyway. It's not like it's not possible for him. After Napoli, I pray Napoli wins the league this season because that's a hard sell. If Napoli wins the league this season and he goes to any of the big clubs, whether it's Manchester United, whether it's Chelsea, whether it's Real Madrid or Bayern Munich, and then again he wins another title there, and then after 4 or 5 years he goes to another club to tie up. He's still a very young player. That's the funny thing. Really age, he's still very, very young. So that's not a bad one. You interviewed his other sister some time ago.
Osimhen?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you see how young that girl is. Okay, so it's not like, oh, this is one of those players that cheated on their age. Adijala Ufoma says Victor is at this rate will be the greatest transfer to come out of Serie A. Napoli saw the prospect and paid huge. Okay. Leo says Osimhen having a baby have changed him totally. I listened to his interview I like their game. Okay, that's true. Yes, I also say that having a baby, having a baby would change any responsible person, any reasonable person. Okay, and your Kerry man say El Capone's Spalletti, he don't rest well. Okay, your Kerry man, and I want to say the Sabatica was good one for him. So let me come to your question. I think that we need to understand that there are gradients to football. At under 17 is just for development. Yeah. There shouldn't be too much pressure on you must win. That's why we've used age cheating to play football for a very long time. Because the thing is, if I don't win now, everybody will do on my case. Everybody will be against me. And that became a problem. So what happens is at this stage of football that they play at under 17, what really most important is how they develop, and then also allow the players to express themselves at best, at their very best level. Let them express themselves, show them their skills and all that. Then the next part of it is also make friends. Don't put them in a place where they are conditioned to get angry, like frustrated when they lose. Yes, it will be painful to lose, but don't make it look like it's a do or die. They don't deserve the weight of that kind of pressure on their shoulder. I think the Nigerian, one other thing that the Nigerian guys have shown is the Nigerian culture. We are a pop people, and it's credit. I always give credit to Amaju for the change in our jersey. We used to wear regular jersey like every other country, but then the jersey we have now is a jersey that everybody wants to have. People want to wear it. We were in the Netherlands when we went to film the jersey, the design for this jersey, and the ideas that Nike have for unveiling of the jersey if we had qualified for the World Cup is incredible, because I saw the workboard. They wanted to do a mini sort of Netflix documentary side by side with it, and then our movie was supposed to end with the unveiling of the jersey, but unfortunately that didn't get to happen because we didn't qualify for the World Cup and we lost $1 million and all that. So I think it was a good one, and then it's the jersey that people like to wear, the tracksuit, the jersey, and everything. I think it's a good one, but going forward with this, I think it also should happen with the boys. We shouldn't put the boys under pressure when they lose and hey, they're not sabi, they did this, they did that. I was saying something the other day when I saw the players that made it from the England under 2017 team that made it for 40 and a few other, and then they showed the others that some are not even playing football again. Yeah, and you saw my tweet. I said if this had happened in Nigeria, all Nigerian sporting media will tell you that those ones that didn't make it, they are age cheats. They cheated with their age. That's why. Blah 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 blah. But you saw people who won, even in Spain too. There are people who can't even push their career forward again, because this thing it's not automatic. It's not a given. There are times where some decision will just change the way your career go for you. I'm happy for our girls and I'm happy for the team as well. And I hope that they go on to do greater things. Unfortunately, time flies when you're having fun. I don't like it, but we gotta go. Okay, Step Monique on Instagram say, Elevator, please still release the movie like that, even though we do not qualify for World Cup. Okay, so let me tell you the truth. It is sick if I do not release the movie. We raised fund. We raised $300,000 to start. The movie is a $1.7 million movie, right? And distribution was already signed up with AAA for Amazon, and then 1 year later for Netflix. But somewhere along the line, when you're doing movies like this, it's not your pocket money. It's not like Elevator TV that everything comes out of my pocket. You are taking money from investors. What happened once we did qualify? Both the promissory notes that we have and the the backup money where somebody says, okay, you have this money, but once the Super Eagles qualify, you can access it for the next stage. All those monies were withdrawn. So right now we need plus or minus $500,000 to make it happen. We don't have that money. That's the reason why we can't release it, because to finish the movie, we need to buy content from FIFA. A minute of FIFA's content is $10,000. A minute, 60 seconds of FIFA content is $10,000. 60 seconds of CAF is also within that range. But because we have some good relationship and Madrid is trying to help us in some way, the prices might be beat down maybe by $1,000 or $2,000, but you still have to pay. And then there is traveling to be done. We need to go to France, Italy, Germany, England, Glasgow, which is Scotland, the Netherlands. There are places to go to complete the movie, because when you do a movie, you are competing the quality. You're competing that quality against the very best in the world. Yeah. You want your movie to be as up there as against Last Dance, as against the Redeemed Team, not the Redeemed Christian Church of God, the Redeemed Team, as against all of this one. So what we've been doing since all of those money, the $1 million was pulled out of our savings, is we'll be going around. My partner, as I speak with you, is in the UK. Okay, meeting with people. I do a whole lot of meeting and pitching every single day, to the point where I had to go to the hospital because my blood pressure was over the top. So it's not like we don't want to release it, but we cannot, unfortunately, we cannot afford to release half-baked production because it will make or break us. If you go to the Athletes website, the landing page, you will see just a snippet, a reel of the movie already, the clips is there. But we cannot, we refuse to be, somebody in Hollywood told us, hey, just release what you have. No problem. People would understand. I said, no. People in Nigeria might understand, but Nigeria is not our target audience. The international community will not understand because it will show us again, these are Nigerians, this is what they do, they just can't get better. We're not going to be that kind of people. We'd rather not release the movie than release it half done. If you notice, our podcast will put a pause to it because the funding can't come, and then the numbers on YouTube are not really doing well. So we decided to stop because to produce a quarter of that podcast is $50,000. And when you invest that kind of money, it touches somewhere in the heart. It's not a joking something.
So what's the plan for the movie? So is it just going to be there, in the hard drives or something, not going to be released?
Hard drive call.
I'm just saying, is it just going to be saved somewhere?
Somebody like you saw the work we put in Cameroon and Abuja. And honestly speaking, I hope to God that we'll release that movie very fast. So we're trying to, when you're raising funds there, when you're trying to do something that people have not done before in your space, you become a fool, you become a lover, you don't listen to people. There are a lot of people that just release it like that, or just forget about it and move on to something else. No, we can't. This is not one of those things that we can, just quit and move on to something else. We can't move on to something else. We're going to release the movie. It is what I commit myself to do, and I put a whole lot into it. I'm in debt to my neck. I can't even afford, sometimes I can't even afford to give my kids the treats that they deserve, like very, very small things like go to cinema, because I'm in debt to the neck, rent and the rest. But the thing about this movie is it's not just because I want to make the movie and be seen as the first person to do this, but I also want to open the doors for other young people to believe that you can pursue a dream. One boy who grew up on the backside of nowhere in Warri. You can pursue a dream. I went to Warri just recently 2 weeks ago, and I was at Cookman Street. I was at SSL. I was like, well, this is where I grew up. This is me. This is where I grew up. And this is me now, having so much power in the sporting space globally. It's crazy, you understand? But that's why I want the movie to come out well. It will make the young boy in Cookman Street very, very happy. It will make the young boy in SSL very, very happy. It will make the young boy in Warri anywhere feel very, very happy. Yossi Street, Okomaba Avenue, Ejimudaru, Ejeba, everywhere, feel very, very happy. The young boy in Port Harcourt who saw me grow up, go to SBS every day to play football, who saw me come from Rumola and the rest, make them happy. And then African kids. So we're going to do it. It's going to come out, but we're just trying to raise funds. I will believe that the fund will come. After all, we started, you forgot that we started from Grand Zero and we raised $300,000, right? So why we now have content, we'll be able to do it, no problem. Just chill. Everybody just need to relax a little bit and be fine. Well, at this note, we are packing our bags and baggages and leaving the studio. Sepmonic say our players in Europe can contribute the $500,000. Our players are the most stingy set of human beings you would ever meet. So don't even think of having that conversation with them, and it's not their fault because a lot of people have also duped them in time past. Well, the movie is not a charity project. There's a charity project that I have. It is what I do with a co-bit, and that's why I'm not going to be here tomorrow. It's going to be Benedict alone doing the show, as I'm having as a guest to come and mentor my students, Funny Bone tomorrow. But this movie we will do it. Don't worry, just chill. I know that everybody wants to see the movie. You're okay, man. I say, bros, I saw Plateau United accusing some people for not allowing them train. How true is that? Well, it's a continental game. That's a headache. They came at the time that is scheduled for another people to train. So that's a problem that they have. Well, I'm going to leave the studio now. Emmanuel Sebastian will be here to give you updates on the Nigerian players' performance across Europe. I feel for Emmanuel these days because Nigerian players are just performing everywhere. It's like, how do you compare your notes, Emmanuel? Let me be.
I mean, we just have to do what we have to do, and if something you love doing, you need to go the extra length to get such information you would want. So it's just, I mean, it's not really difficult. I mean, I love doing it, so I'll just be on the mic and just give you the update as you want.
Benedict, what are you promising them tomorrow?
Tomorrow we'll talk about the World Cup. Qatar. I thought you were
getting
going to
close.
be here. I thought you were going to be here because you're a man of many countries. You're not a man of many accents like Trevor Noah.
No, I don't have accent. I don't know how to do that.
What's the name of that person you interviewed the other day who speaks different languages? I can't remember. his name.
Jean-François Mendy.
Yes, you're not a man. You're not that kind of person. I thought you were going to be here because you've been to many countries.
I've not seen you try to speak American. Just do something. Just fake it. Let me speak it.
I can't fake it. This one that my brother is even here, see what it was. Like my mother's spirit can come from the grave and give me slap. Like what's that?
But overall, Champions League is going to go down this today. So tomorrow is going to be a lot. Qatar as well.
All right.
So you have to say this.
Liverpool will lose.
I'm not talking about Champions League. I'm not talking about Liverpool.
Liverpool will lose. I leave. I go hot tomorrow, Sha. That's I know. Hi, Manuel Sebastian, over to you.
Look what he's doing through tomorrow.
Now, Liverpool